Take 3 marker.
The initial campaign debuted and it was a great response from the public. We heard a lot of great feedback about Mo and the idea of the variety that Missouri offers embodied in that character.
What's your MO?
As we looked at season 2 and moving into the second iteration of the campaign, there was a desire, I think, on both our part as well as the client's part to actually expand parameters and boundaries of where the story could unfold and really take advantage of the best backlot we have available to us, which is the state of Missouri itself. Logistically, that involves going to a lot of different places and covering a lot of ground and making sure that we're showing that variety, but there's nothing like showing the actual product and seeing Missouri up close and personal, and that was really the goal of the second campaign. We have 27 Mo, and we wanted to take our key kind of 6 or 7 that represent core facets of the state to the forefront. In addition to main Mo, we wanted to feature foodie Mo, family fun Mo, outdoor Mo, road trip Mo, and culture Mo. Ashley just naturally exudes that positivity and welcoming nature, and it just comes through in everything she does.
Going from the studio out into environments, the challenge is to how you create a flow and how you kind of create an energy that also has continuity with the way Mo is introduced to each shot, the way Mo overlaps some of the shots. The logistics of that and the creative approach to that has to completely change because we no longer have full control. And we need to approach that cinematically in a way that showcases each location to the best of its ability. We went through, did extensive location scouting, storyboarding, putting together animatics to figure out that timing, that pacing, the flow between movement and the shots. And so it's really about that kind of the work that goes in before you actually shoot that kind of helps determine how you make those decisions, not just on set, but going all the way through into post-production. Overall, we want to showcase each location, but we also want to have this energy and this excitement that gets across the idea that coming to Missouri could be a fun, enriching experience. Movement was the key. There's a scene in here where Mo is riding on a motorcycle. That informed how we moved the camera and the characters in a lot of other scenes. And it really just kind of made the world feel a little bit bigger and a little bit more exciting. In order to get the most beautiful shot, like on the river, for example, we knew that the sun would set at a certain time of day, and that we also knew we wanted to have the camera out in this certain spot. In order to do that, we needed a full day to build up to this, where we're moving a big crane out onto a sandbar, we're boating people out to this location so that at the exact right moment, it can all come together to create the one single shot that you see for, a matter of 4 to 5 seconds in a commercial.
Anytime you get asked to do a project for a second season, a second iteration, a second run, it's really rewarding because it means what you did the first time resonated well and it worked. And that's the whole reason we do this, is we want to make something that sticks with people and they remember it. And so to get that call to do the second season was amazing. When you go from a 3-day studio shoot to a 10-day location shoot that's covering 1,300 miles across the state, there's an entire circus of people that has to travel, so you've got the wardrobe team and all the props team and all of that stuff has to go with you from location to location. And fortunately, in the state of Missouri, there's a lot of really talented crew that really were able to bring their special skills to this project. And so, every corner of the state has those types of people. And while it's a lot to travel around, it was also really fun to work with new people. And for all those reasons, it was just a really great collaborative working experience.
Prior to any shooting, we got started on the process of developing the 3D assets for the foreground where the multiple Mo's would be standing overlooking the lake. And then we could take those assets once we were in the studio and overlay that real time and look at where the actor was placed and where the blocking was landing before we shot any frames. So the big thing here is when we're overlaying the multiple Mo's together in the composite is that they all don't occupy obviously the same space and time so that none of them are bumping into each other virtually.
Because the background noise from each scene was so strong and present, we really had to ADRing the voiceover and then rebuilding all of the ambience and sound effects for each scene.
For a getaway that gets you to all the things you love, there's only one place to go. It's Missouri, where there's something for every traveler. Whether you're the outdoor type or the get up and go type.
One of the things that we loved was how that the music transitioned from scene to scene to help tell the stories of each of these places. From the outdoor scenes, we tried to use acoustic instruments. For the motorcycle ride, we brought in some electric guitar, some more like roadhouse kind of music. For the theme park, we brought in some of the like calliope and things you might hear at a theme park. And working all those genres together was a really fun challenge, and I think it turned out great.
One last thing I'd like to say is just a huge thank you to the cast and crew that came together and traveled with us across the state for 1,300 miles. That's not easy to do. You're leaving family members behind for literally 2 weeks. A huge thank you to the crew and all your talents that you brought to this job. We truly appreciate it.
That is a picture wrap.
For a getaway that gets you to all the things you love, there's only one place to go. It's Missouri, where there's something for every traveler. Whether you're the outdoor type, the sit back and relax type, or the get up and go type, you're the Missouri type. So I have just one question. What's your MO? Find yours at visitmo.com.